Welcome, Sagittarius, to your end of the month reading for May. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you at the end of the month. Best message for the beautiful Sagittarius. Sagittarius. And getting straight into this Mercury retrograde. Gotta love that, right? Whether it works for you or against you, we will see. Some of you it's going to be beautiful for you, and some it might not be so wonderful. You know, as it goes on, time will only tell. Okay, let's see. Best message. Let the healing begin. And as the healing begins, the only thing I keep hearing is words are to be spoken. I have something to tell you that's going to help me heal. Talking about that beautiful communication with the blue around it is saying that there is definitely something that needs to be spoken to this person to allow you to actually start, healing from the situation. Let's clarify on that. It's, definitely speaking your truth. It's speaking your truth, Sag. It's like, was I speak my truth, it makes me heal because I'm not holding on to it anymore. I'm actually going to kind of like have the exposure to the truth, but by allowing you to understand where I'm coming from, right? I'm going to really cut through the crap over here and let you know exactly how I'm seeing this or how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, however it is, but it's going to definitely start healing you to allow that off your back, right? Whatever it is that you're keeping in. It just might have just gone too far. So whatever negative reactions this person has during the end of the month, or maybe has been dealing with for a while, you're going to now, instead of refraining from the conversation and the truth, you're going to allow it to come out, to speak your truth, to speak what's on your mind. So that way, you really get your heart out there and say, this is the way I really feel. It could have been some major decisions to even want to do so. Getting straight into the situation, it says you are moving strong over here, and it's going to come out fast. And maybe it's because you need to stop them. Maybe they're getting too carried away. Maybe they've, been going on and on and on, and now you're saying, well, stop, back the horse up. It's my turn to speak. It's my turn to take some action and to tell you exactly how I feel or how you're making me feel about the situation. Really exposing that because, look at that. A lot of negative, bad decisions. Maybe this person's making a lot of bad decisions. Maybe you felt your bad decision was not exposing the truth. Opening up, keeping it in, refraining from saying what you needed to say. And now the time has come. Feels like for a lot of you, you've just been kind of on the down low, right? Well, whatever. But now it's come to the, to kind of the conclusion within yourself with the occurrences that are going on within your life. There's no longer this piece within you that says, I can refrain. I'm not restraining myself anymore. I actually am going to come and let you know exactly how I feel about the situation. From your heart's own desire, right? It's like you've been patiently planning on how to say this, or maybe you've been patiently planning on how to work around it. But now it's more like I'm patiently planning on staying careful of how I'm going to say this, but yet it's still going to be my truth. It's still a major decision. Some impatience within this situation for the Wheel of Fortune with the Ace of Swords upside down. Look, my relationship has lost its luster. This whole situation has lost its luster. It's like the truth is now going to set you free because I'm no longer going to allow this to happen without my words being spoken. Maybe it's spoken it before, but maybe you never spoke it the right way, right? So now you're saying, I'm done with their negative decisions, this is actually going to have kind of a negative impact on them, though. I want you to know that, right? Because they don't want you to speak up. They don't want you to say what you need to say, right? They don't. So they are going to feel that Sag is being so mean. And yeah, they are. They're going to try to stand their ground because they don't feel that this is successful, but you don't feel that this is successful. Not in the way that you want it to be. And this is the relationship in itself, saying that this is not successful. I need to speak my truth. I need to say this is what needs to happen. Right? Yeah, and there's a lot of confusion coming from this person. You guys could be dealing with Gemini, Libra, or a Aquarius. For now, I've got more Libra up here than anything, so I'm going to say you might be speaking your truth to a Libra. It doesn't have to be. It could be anybody, but for now, we're going to say Libra. Not taking the risks and you're not going to be their fall guy anymore. That's really what I see. You're not going to fall for it. You're not going to be their fall guy. Maybe they're blaming you for other things. Maybe you've allowed them to blame you for other things and not come forward to say anything. That'd be a fall guy. Taking credit for their BS, and you're saying it's gone too far. However it is, it's turning your back on them and letting them know that I'm not dealing with this anymore, and I'm going to put it straight, right, forward to you about the situation. This is not how love is. No, you find that this is unrequited love, and it might even feel like, if you really love me, you wouldn't do this. If you want to have a better relationship with me, you wouldn't do this. What do you do? It doesn't matter if it's platonic, and it doesn't matter if it's a love relationship. It's whoever this is. There is definitely a separation. And this is also you separating yourself from being their fall guy, for being, not taking control of their lives. However it is, allowing it to go forward as long as it had. I'm not speaking up, right? Separating yourself from refraining from your words, however it is. So definitely feeling like, that you're patiently planning, because it just lies and lies and lies and lies. Fabrications. Maybe it's none of the above. Maybe they're wearing rose-colored glasses and you're tired of them thinking that life is all rainbow, farting unicorns and chocolate chips and Skittles, right? And you're saying that's not life. Get a grip. Get towards reality, being unrealistic about certain situations. Take it how it resonates for you. But your impatience is actually getting back to what it satisfies you. This is not going to satisfy them. Oh boy, are they going to be upset. Because yeah, they're going to feel like they're sorted, and they're saying, what you see as being a good thing, and the separation of being good. And for some of you, they may have been cheating and freaking lying about it and making it look like it wasn't what you think. Oh, you're stupid, Sagittarius. Oh, I'm not stupid. I just have refrained from saying anything because I know you're lying. Oh boy. Pulling the wool over your eyes. That's a good one. Maybe that's the whole story. Somehow or another. But by knowing that you're separating yourself from this situation will bring in the Wheel of Fortune, because it is a good time for you to expose their lies, to bring out your truth. And it helps you heal. Like I said, because it's going to take that monkey off your back. Right? And it's going to put you back into being in control of the situation, where they think they are in so much control. Man, I think they're in control of the situation. This is going to bring you some inner peace. Because you're saying, I'm done now. But, whether it's a platonic relationship, and you're just lying, or whether it's a love relationship and you're cheating and lying. However it is, the diamond's lost its luster, and I don't feel that we should be friends or lovers anymore. We shouldn't have a connection. And that's really what you're saying. And I think it's to the point, too, for some of you, not all of you, but I really have this feeling where it's like, it could be the forewarning that if you don't get your shit together, then we're not going to be together anymore. Or I'm definitely done, right? It's either one or the other. Putting up a challenge and they're defending themselves like hell. I'll just tell you that. Definitely in defense mode. Yeah, because you're challenging them about their toxic behavior. You're saying, I am aware of your toxicity. Don't think that I was never aware. This wasn't one of those things where I'm just aware now. I just like woke up, this morning, and said, oh, wow, I think you're doing something stupid. No, this is saying you're in challenge mode because you're aware that everything that I am spilling at you that I've held back from saying, not to say that you didn't say something before, right? But that you're actually 100% spilling it all the beans out. They're away, they're going, well, for some of you, they're going to play victim. That's it. That's exactly what it is. That's why they're like, no, it wasn't me. It was Johnny. Yeah, you're watching that, right? I was watching that. I was like, come on, guys. This is the craziest story ever. Talk about a toxic karmic relationship, right, guys? But anyways, going on from that was crazy. I don't think psychics should watch that show. So if you're psychic, it gives a lot of weird emotions. So now I know why I don't watch that stuff. But anyways, but still, it's just crazy, right? It's just crazy. That's all crazy. But that's what they're doing, right? They're saying, it's not me, it's someone else. It was the cat. It was this. It was that. It's somebody. And you're saying, no, they're trying to escape responsibility. Okay, so you know that they're escaping responsibility, and then that's just going to be it. And this is where it's going to actually put you in confusion, and they're going to play confused. They're going to play confused like they don't know what you're talking about, Sag. I don't know what you're talking about. But you're just offering them all this stuff, right? You're offering all of what you want because you're saying, I'm ending it, I'm done. So what you're pretty much offering them is how you feel about the situation, what's going on, and then of course letting it all go because you're letting it, with the death card upside down, it's more like you're letting it all out is really what it feels like. So you're definitely putting it to bed. You're making its own deathbed. You're building it a grave, for sure. But they don't want to take any responsibilities for this. This is crazy, right? Because for some of you, like I said, they're wearing rose-colored glasses, so they want to believe that everything they're doing might be a good thing, but you see it as a negative. Take it how it resonates. Everybody's story is a little different, but definitely cutting to the chase, I guess is what we call that. Let's cut to the chase for a second over here. I'm tired of this. You're really hurting me over here. Okay, because we're supposed to be really good friends, or however. Okay, so clarifying on that fool. I want to, we're going to clarify on them again because we get what you're doing, right? Let's clarify on them for a second. It's because they're trying to be as patient and moderate and patient. And they want you to be moderate and patient with them, right? Because they want to take risks and leaps of faith with you, but on their own terms. Wow. Could be somebody that you've known for a long time, but the dream has kind of come to an end as they're kind of manipulating the situation and being kind of in control. So right when you even start trying to talk to them, you might even feel like they're trying to control the situation. Wait a minute, I'm trying to tell my truth and they're like backpedaling, but yet they're trying to take your reins away from you by backpedaling. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm trying to, that's how people, they try to manipulate that by, no, that's not what it is. And then they try to take control of the situation. It's like, you're not supposed to be in control of the situation. I'm trying to tell you how I feel, but you're trying to tell me what I should feel. Now, that's wrong. You don't tell people how they should feel. Those are your feelings. So what they're trying to do is grab the reins so that they can try to manipulate the mind and the emotion towards the situation. Guys, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous because that is not how this works, right? And then that's where lies and fabrications come up because then they try to tell you how you should feel. Yes, trying to take control of the situation. Could be dealing with a Capricorn as well. But this is very dangerous because now they're trying to, like I said, manipulate the situation so much where it's like, don't tell me my truth. I'll tell you how you should feel. I'll tell you what's really going on. No. That's a facade. That's pretend. And that's manipulative. And that's how they get away with stringing their stories. Okay, which could end up in an argument. And it's not so much that you so much might not be arguing, because it does feel like no matter what, you're going to argue a point. But the crazy thing is they're arguing their point, my friends. See, because they're trying now to turn it all against you to try to make you rein in on the situation. So it's kind of crazy because that kind of control that they're trying to take away from you is actually showing what a manipulator they are. So they're going to try to argue your point that that's not the way it was and that's not how you should feel. Wait, what? But then that means that they don't have any emotional, oh, that's just showing emotional detachedness for you. That, well, hold on a second. Think about it. That means that they don't give a shit what you're thinking because they want to make whatever, they're going to make you have the emotions they want to give you. What are you? They're making you into a puppet. That's the best way to put that. And it makes you wonder if they run around and do that. Well, doesn't your boyfriend or girlfriend worry about what you're doing? No, they're fine with what I'm doing. Really? So they've kind of created you into their own little puppet. Okay, with the King of Cups. So they're saying where you're impatient and you're looking for your Nine of Cups, you're trying to keep yourself emotionally balanced. See, so you're trying to stay calm and cool and collective because you want to speak your truth. You don't want to fight. You don't want to do all this. You just want to get out there so you can heal and say, this is unacceptable. Yeah, and this is going to change everything, though. This definitely will change the chapter of the relationship, whether I said, like, whether or not it's you separating completely from the situation or giving them a chance to change the situation. The situation will change one way or another, right? And yeah, you're trying to get them to open up and be more emotionally charged, I guess. It's like, how hard is it to get this person emotionally charged? Where is this person's emotion? Where's the empathy? And it's almost like you're saying, I've got the empathy. I'm looking down. I'm using my intuition and my love to get this down to the nitty gritty and trying to give this, for a lot of you, you're trying to give this a chance or you're trying to let them go very nicely, but it almost feels like you are. It's almost like you're trying to tell them this is the way it is and you're trying to make them understand something, but it's almost like they have a disconnect of emotion. I'm just saying. So with the Seven of Cups, they're still fighting. They're still trying to make different choices and different. They're bringing up opinions and trying to. They're charging all these different. It's excuses. That's what it is. Traveling towards excuses. Trying to make themselves when they're traveling toward you, and knowing that all this toxicity is coming at them, they're trying to make excuses for the situation. Trying to make up stories, trying to make up new decisions, new choices, new making you understand things that to make themselves look better. I'm sorry, that's what it is. See, because you have the Seven of Cups, which opens doors. It's opening doors to different scenarios. So they might not even be really playing victim. They could just be, like I said, backpedaling and just trying to make you think that it's this way, not that way. You understand? But that's still being in control. They're trying to take the control away. And there must be nothing worse than having a conversation where it's like, I would like for you to understand how I'm feeling about this situation. Oh, no, don't worry about that. I know exactly how you feel. Oh, you do? Well, that's fucking interesting. Wow. Who would have you? So you know that I'm in pain. No, you're fine. If you're in pain, that's your problem. You're too insecure, Sag. Oh, really? Okay. Wow. Wow. I'm so glad that you're in control of this situation. I'm so glad that that you got all this down. I'm wow. Really? Narcissist much? Egomatic? In control? Very interesting. Very interesting situation you have, my friends. King of Swords upside down, lies, lies, more lies, and then all of a sudden when you tell them, but I would just like this to work out to where we both have victory and everything's going to be fine. I would like to, kind of get this settled between us. They're going to say, well, maybe some backstabbing, really mean. Come on, everybody knows King of Swords upside down, nasty. Nasty. All of a sudden they're attacking you with words, slithery tongue, right? Not making you happy. For some of you, they're cheating. You know it. And now they want to go backwards. And a lot of the words, the Knight of Swords with the with the King of Swords upside down, we're talking about some perverse talk. That's some nasty, nasty talk. So, you could even say that, you're not saying anything nice, but you're keeping yourself calm as heck. As the King of Coins, you're saying, that's fine. I've got my prosperity. I know who I am. I'm self-assured. There's something, going on with you. So you're then kind of a little bit confused about the situation, but it's, the confusion is now going to make you debate on which direction that you want to go to with the Two of Wands upside down, because now you're kind of looking at them going, well, the direction that I'm going in is not a good direction. So you're going to really want to pull out of that situation. So it does look like you're going to start pulling away even more so, because you realize the Ace of Swords is upside down. They're not getting it. You're even losing more luster towards the end of the month, more so towards the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st than you have now. Why? Because you're coming to the conclusion the only way that this might end is in ending, because now it's stalemate. You figure, okay, well, if you're going to sit over here and tell me exactly how I think I feel, then there's nothing left for you to learn. So there's no learning in this situation. Where's the learning? So yeah, unrequited love. So you have the determination to have the understanding that the passion is not there, that they're not really passionate about you. Because if all they're going to do is continue to be pissed off, mad, and trying to control the situation, might even be gossiping about you now, that's just not the way that things need to go. Right? That's just not it. So you're going to definitely be taking some time out to really dig deep within the situation of this relationship. Like I said, whether it's love or platonic, it doesn't matter. The point is, you're really going to be looking outward to really look and see where it is that you need to really be, because this is no place for you. Okay? You want to ride on the big pirate ship and they're in a little dinghy. They've got you in a little dinghy out in the middle of the boat, out in the middle of the ocean, stranded. And let me tell you, so much to the point that at this point, with their silver tongue, when they sword you, they cut the rope to the dinghy and left you out there in the middle of the ocean to be shark bait, right? Because now you're showing, it's literally showing that they didn't care. So where you thought that you were healing, believe me though, friends, the healing will begin. And the healing's also going to begin in a lot of ways because you're going to be able to get that off. And it's also, the healing is also going to begin because you're going to really find out the truth about the situation. Because you have all this love and all this stuff for them, right, that you're going to end up realizing it's not worth it, right? So the heart chakra is really going to open up, and as the more that opens up, your crown chakra is going to open, and you're going to find the extra wisdom and understanding to the situation, to where then you can actually bury. And when I mean bury, that means let it all go and actually give it a grave, right, a proper burial. Which is going to make you feel much better, because, and it doesn't mean that if you super love someone, you're just not going to have some pain. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the overall healing of what's going on, you're going to be able to release. Because once we have a better understanding of who loves what, just watch your anger though. Because a lot of when we start to heal and then they start doing these things, it can cause the anger. Because then you might feel like they, don't make them feel like they played you for a fool. That's on them. You're just here to learn and live. And it's a part of the learning process of life. And unfortunately, our emotions will always carry us away. But yeah, it could literally just start pissing you off. Because I do see that with the Queens of Wands. And that's because now the frustration is coming out. Like, how dare you? I went out of my way to tell you how I feel, and then you did this. So the frustration can start coming out, right? Because now you're feeling like, I just spilled my beans to you, told you my truth, so that we could heal this situation. Obviously, there's nothing there, so that's where the anger comes. It's okay, though. Once the anger starts, then you can start, if you need the healing again, the healing will start again once you get past the anger. Once you really start looking at your Three of Wands, then you'll realize there are more fish in the sea. There are better places for me. I'm bailing out of your dinghy. You are not stringing me along no more. And then the anger will start dissipating from the situation. Right. But you definitely have to do this, though, because it's the right thing to do, to get out before they cause any more damage than already done. Okay. I was going to use some shadow cards, but because I already see anger, I don't want to play that role, because shadow cards, we all know the little shadow cards, right? You guys have been here long, those of you who have been here long enough, the shadow cards are kind of, let's put it this way, they're very rough around the edges. Because if those of you who are feeling the anger, I'm not saying all of you are, right? Of course you're going to be upset about the situation, right? And of course they are too. But for those of you who are, I'm not using those because it could just cause more anger. I don't want you to leave this video angry. We're here to soothe and not make everybody all really upset. Oh my gosh, I love this one for you guys. So here's a good healing one. This is the daily healing. It says, practice speaking positively about other people and events, and especially the future. So even when you get really mad at them, try to soften it by thinking of the positive aspects of them instead of allowing your mind to think about what a liar they are, what a this they are, what a that they are. They're, you know what I'm saying? Try to think of the positive aspects so that way you can say, they have some problems. I'm not dealing with that, but they do have some positive, they have positive aspects. Otherwise you wouldn't have been with them to begin with. So to really move from this, you really want to just, when they start frustrating you, say, you know what? They do have a kind heart down there somewhere, because I've seen it. If they really were to maybe stop drinking, they would be a better person. If they were to, get away maybe from so-and-so, they wouldn't do this. Think of the positive things that you can think of, because we're all flawed. So try to think of those good things, and that will actually start also healing again and stop making you so mad. And and I'm not saying blame others for their bad behavior. It just says find the positive within them, so that way you can think of it this way, and then you can say, but we're not meant to be together because there's too many things that I won't stand for. And it softens it. And then it puts them more on a human basis than maybe you thinking a monster basis, right? And I know it's hard. I know. Begin to see yourself as spiritual being having an earthly experience of growth and transformation, and see them that way as well. These are things to help you. Soften and open back into love all day long. Do not ever allow someone to harden your heart so bad because of their bad behavior. There are too many other fish in the sea. There's too many other people that could use your love. So just remember that. Okay? Never allow one person to destroy you. There's no reason for it. We have a whole life to live. Okay? You guys are beautiful people, and you deserve beautiful people, but we all run into people who have problems that they need to learn to grow from as well. Okay, my friends, until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.